Match for a granny with a gun. I have no idea what's happening, but I don't want to that dog. They're in our yard. I'm sorry. Back up, you son of a... Back up! Okay, that 72-year-old grandma then fired as the suspect opened her back door. The bullet passing within inches of Brandon Perez's left cheek. She says she was just trying to protect herself and her World War II husband, a veteran who's in a wheelchair.
Woman, and I'm very proud of it, and I don't curse. But after I shot, rage took hold, and I just blasted away.
I understand. Perez, by the way, arrested. Turns out he has a long rap sheet. That's it.
Jason Howard here with Third Movement. That was a really, really good story. An older lady, a grandmother, defended herself with a gun. Yes, a gun. Many people see guns as the most horrible thing there is, and I would say this, they can be. They can be horrible. Not finna sit up here and act like guns are just the greatest thing in creation ever. No, it's a creation that was needed to be made, so we made it. But I want to focus on 3 points on this story. The first point is, remember, she was on 911 as the person was. She heard the dogs barking, and she was on the phone with the police. She was on there. They wouldn't have got there in time. That man would have had, if she didn't have that gun, that man would have been able to kill her and her husband and got away with it before the cops got there. You know, of course, she was on the phone with 911. It was one of those split-second decisions. She shot, and listen, she must have had some, woo. She was aiming for the head, but she wasn't trying to let him live. It said the button, you know, went by his face. The bullet went by his face, not button. The bullet went by his face. That let you know she wasn't playing. She was trying to take this man, you know, she was doing everything. And I think she had that right. Her husband was in a wheelchair. Her husband couldn't protect her, let alone himself. So she had to do what she had to do. This whole thing that guns are bad is just, it's propaganda. You know, it's propaganda. And to me, it's about 25% of people that I've met that are 100% against guns. That are just 100% that are against guns. On a national level, it's not that many people that are against it. But you know, the second thing is what get highlighted is when guns, you know, have a big effect on the nation. You know, when the kids got killed, you know, by the dude that walked up in there with the guns and shut up all them kids. That was a man with a gun. You could put a gun in front of the school, lay it on the ground, nothing. Long as nobody don't touch it, long as nobody mess with it, that gun would never shoot off. It can be, you can put the gun you can put a gun on each student desk. Long as no one touches it, it would never go off. The guns is not what kill people. It's the people with the heart. You know, Cain killed Abel. Cain killed Abel with a rock. Cain wanted Abel off this earth, so he got him off this earth with a rock. It wasn't no Glock or nothing like that. It was a rock. And I'm not trying to make this a pro-gun message, because I'm gonna say this. I am a believer in guns, but I don't believe that we should have a limit on certain kind of guns we should have. But I think that the limits that you put on the gun that we should have should be limited to the guns that the police department have. If the police department can get a 12 gauge, then we should be allowed to get a 12 gauge. If the police department can only have 9s, then we should be allowed to only have 9s. Let it be the people decide, not the government. You know, that's my whole opinion. Let the people decide. You know what? There should never be a ban on guns. I think every American, if you're American and you haven't been to jail, if you haven't been to the prison system, then you should be able to. Just like if you vote, only if you've been to prison, you can't be able to vote. Then that's the same thing with guns. You know, I would. Here's my deal with the whole. Here's my deal with the whole mental health thing. Who's to say who's mental healthy? Because I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen is the government is gonna be the ones that have the doctors do all this, and they're gonna get the doctors to say whatever they want them to say. If they want this person not to have a gun, they're gonna tell the doctor that he's mentally unstable. Listen, you let me tell you, it's not so much the gun restriction. I think we need to put the gun restrictions that we have. We need to put them to use and force people to abide by them. Number one. Number two, I just can't say that that's gonna solve the problem if we weave out the mentally healthy people, because who's to say who's mentally healthy? You know, first of all, mental health has not even been defined yet as to what is mental health. You know, but I will say this: that there is a gun problem in America, but I don't think it's as big as we think it is. I think it's just overplayed. You know, we have schools. Unfortunately, we have schools get chewed up. But if I'm going crazy and I need to get rid of, if I want to die and I want to die in a big way because we're living in a fame infested world where everybody want to be famous, why not go shoot up a school knowing that the CNN going to be there, knowing that Fox News is going to be there? I can go out with a bang, and that's the type of people we're dealing with. So that's number two. Number three, if you're talking about getting rid of guns, then we need to get rid of all things that incite violence. Not just guns, but video games, movies. You know, if there's guns in the movies, we need to make sure people are fined for that. There shouldn't be no guns in the movies. There shouldn't be no guns on video games. The government want to talk, but they're profiting off guns. There's a lot of money to be made off guns, especially in movies, guns in video games, guns in music, in videos. It's all kinds of violence, you know, that we can really look at. And then what level are you going to start with violence? Are we going to say, okay, let's get rid of knives, let's get rid of machetes, let's get rid of swords? Like, what level? Here's the deal. To be honest, we need to really educate people on guns. One way we can solve this gun violence thing is make people, before they can buy a gun, make them go through a class, make them go through a year-long class of talking about gun safety, you know, how to shoot guns, the importance of shooting guns, the importance of having guns. Let's put people through classes. Let's educate people on guns, not just take them away. There's a reason why I have a right to have guns. And then you can say, well, you can trust the government. I don't know. I don't know if we can trust the government. That's just my opinion. I don't know. So these are my thing. Big ups to the granny, you know, that was able to, you know, get this dude away from her and her family. You know, she saved her husband's life and she saved her own life, because we listen every day about how a man done raped the old person. You know, that this stuff is happening. So this is considered a good story, and I think this is gonna get a topic going. I mean, this is gonna get a topic going. So here's my question. Should we have gun bans, or should we have more education on guns, or should we ban everything, ban the whole culture of guns? Leave a comment below. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want more videos, you know, subscribe. I try to bring out videos all week long. So support me by subscribing or liking this video. You can go follow us up on Facebook at Third Movement. Facebook /Third Movement. We at Third on Twitter, at Third Movement on Twitter. So these are ways you can reach us. Thank you. God bless.